Well, g'day, Max here again. Welcome back to the shop. Well, this is part 5, the final of the GTWR indicator holder build. So, a little bit of milling, we've kept that to a minimum. Mostly turning on this episode, so a few little last couple of little parts to finish off, and she's done. So, to the lathe, or we're going to go to the mill. Either or, we'll get there. So we're just going to lock the head of the bolt off and the thread of the bolt off with a parting tool, and we'll turn the shank down to 17, just above 17 millimeters, same as what we did on the previous stock, and then that'll give us our material to work with. That should be close enough for what we want. Okay, this is the part we're up to next. This is the part that the indicator holder attaches through the stem here to your drill chuck or collet or whatever you've got up the spout of your mill to grab hold of the thing. So I'm actually going to make two. This one is a 6mm one, and I'll make a 1/4 inch one as well. So there's nothing too technical here. All this part here is just a duplication really of this other, of the dovetail section. So we'll just rip these two parts down parallel, and I'll just mill the radius and countersink it. Well, you could before I drill over it with a pencil. You see that ring there? And then you've got the bright shiny ring on the outside. So the heat treatment for this bolt, you can see it's gone halfway through into the bolt. And that's your softer core in the middle. So this stem is machined down, and there's a 30-degree angle on the end there. So I'm just going to use a bit of high-speed steel, and all I've done is just ground it back to 30 degrees. Close enough to, and that'll be fine. We'll just turn along, boom boom boom, there's our angle. Okay, we'll get a size and see how we're travelling. Okay, for our 1/4 inch one, we've got 15 thou to go. We're 1/2 thou up, that's close enough. We'll polish that out. I'll just give this a brighten up, a bit of emery, and then the sand's done. Check our size. We're there, 1/4 inch, cool. So what we'll do now, we'll flip her over. And we'll repeat the process on the other end, and we'll make this one 6mm. Now we've got our part set up in the indexing head again, and it's pretty well the same procedure as we did in the previous video, machining the round part square, and then we'll come over to the rotary table and put the end feature in the same as the previous video. So we'll just put in a short snippet of this, and what we'll be climb milling around the outside just to keep the burrs away. Okay, we had a win with our shanks. We actually made 2 because on the drawing the 6mm shank there, so I made one with 6mm and one with 1/4, just in case. So now we're going to make 2 swivel pins. So a bit of a thread to do, a bit of an angle to do, and we'll just use our offcuts from the last 2 pieces. So as you would have seen, we'll be making a piece on either end of our bar stock. Just makes it easier to hold on to, and then we can chop it off at the last minute. So we'll do the same thing with these. We'll rough, We'll rough them out, and what we'll do is we'll come in with a parting tool, we'll rough that out, chop them off, and we'll turn them round. We may stick them in a collet just to finish machine that little part there. So over to the lathe. Alright, we'll stick our drawing on the wall there so we can see what's going on. Get her in gear. stringy crap. So we're going for 5mm on this one and 10mm on this one. Okay, so we got 6.37, so 1.37 to come off that one. Okay, so now we'll take this to 10mm. What have we got? 12.42. Close enough. 0.01 under, that's fine. It does nothing, that diameter, it's just a shoulder. I'll just touch this up with the file. Now let's cut this thread. So we've put a decent chamfer for a lead in for the die on our 5mm part there. We've marked off the length, has to be threaded to. We've just got our 5mm die in our tailstock die holder, which by the way needs a lot of work. I need to do some, or make a new one of these I think. I might make one with a little handle on it, make it a bit easier. So anyway, let's have a crack. Okay. Make sure our nut fits. That's it, lovely. Okay, we have to take the shoulder out now and put a 30-degree chamfer on there. So I'll probably just got a piece of tool steel here, a bit of Rex 95. So being a new blank, it's already got a relief on the front. So I'll just tidy that up a bit maybe just give it a little bit of top rake, and we'll just plunge, set our tool on the angle, and I think we'll just plunge straight in with it and see how it goes. Should be okay, that. So we're just using our bevel square to get the tool angle as close as we can get it. Just eyeballing it for level and bumping the tool around until we're looking pretty good here. So that'll be fine for our initial trial cut. Then once we take a cut, we'll try the part on the taper on the chamfer and see how it fits. Well, might need a bit more blue on it. We are getting, I re-blew that. I think I'll use a bit of bearing blue on that, eh? Let's see if we can get a better reading, because it looks pretty close. So let's try a bit of bearing blue on here. See if we can dab a bit on. I'm not in any real big hurry to get the stuff on my fingers this morning. There's a bit on there. That'll give us a bit of an idea of what's happening. Well, I must say that looks pretty good. Let's do it again in case I've got a bit much blue on there. Okay, so we've wiped the blue out of our part and we'll just try it again. Sometimes too much blue will give you a bit of a false reading. No, that's okay. You've got to be happy with that. So we'll continue plunging in till we get to our correct measurement. So he has a measurement of 3.5 mil for the length of this taper. So we've got a little way to go yet. Just a fraction more. I might just start taking this in 2 bites. It looks about where we need to be, maybe just a fraction more. I think we're looking pretty good there. Yeah. No, I think we'll leave that one at that. Okay. So while we have our tool on the angle like this, it's easier with the 4-jaw just to slip this part out and slip our next one in and cut the same angle than to do a tool change. As my compound slide is still set for the R8 tapers, remember we've got all these arbors to grind, and she's still set up for that, and I can't, that's going to be the next job, is to finish those, and I don't want to upset the angle of the compound because I know it's spot on the right angle. So what we plan to do now is this diameter here. So we're going to come in with the parting tool. We'll just chop most of this out with the parting tool, and then I've got another smaller tool I'll ground up just to finish cut. So we'll cut along the face, that'll bring it to length here, and then we'll carry on cutting across the diameter here just to bring it to size. So we'll rough it out with the parting tool first and get our other smaller tool in there. Okay, this is just a small tool I've ground up, so that will let us come in, do this face, and then we can turn either direction along here to get this diameter to size. So we'll get this set up in the lathe and start turning. The other option is I could chop this off now and grip here and collet. Means I'd have to take the chuck off, put the collet chuck on, but that's no dramas. That's just an alternate way to do the same job, so we're going to do it this way. just slow that down a bit. We'll just check our shoulder width. So that's right, 3mm. Now our diameter. So we've got 0.5mm to go. So I'll probably take that in 2 passes. So this should give us about 0.2 to go. Uh, 0.24. 0.23, 0.24. And we're there. 100th under, that's fine. So we'll just run a file over this and knock the burrs off it. Missed that one. Okay, well there's our finished part, complete with tit on the end. We now have to file off, so good thing. So we have here all of our completed individual parts. The arm with the pins fitted, the nut to hold the indicator, the washers, the 2 knobs to tighten up on here, and all our holders. So the reason why I've got extra holders, I think I explained earlier, we have a 6mm one, like as the drawing said, and also a 1/4 inch one, because I've got a few things that take 1/4 inch stems. And our 2 indicator clamps, indicator holders. The reason why we got 2, as we found out earlier, this Brown and Sharp Best Test has a slightly different sized dovetail than this Federal. So yeah, on the back it's not much in it, but there's a very slight difference in dovetails, just enough so one won't fit the other one's attachments. So that's a bit unfortunate, so hence the reason why we've got 2 dovetails. So we'll get a picture of it all assembled up, and it's been a bit of an interesting build, quite fiddly, and I'm not used to really working with such small fiddly bits and pieces. But we got there in the end. We had all a success, so yeah, I'll give you a shot of it all together. So we have one of the stems goes on there, That's the end that goes into the chuck and the spindle, washer. Nut. Then the other end, which is the holder, washer, other nut. Now the indicator. Oh, we better put the indicator lock nut on. It goes on there. So then our indicator goes onto there. Centralise that. So that just gets nipped up. So this can be held in the stem of the machine for indicating your quill central to your job, or there you have it, complete. Well, yes, we're at the end of quite a monumental effort to get all that done, quite a fiddly job, but no, there's some really good little setups and procedures to go through to make the tool. So big thanks to Emma from Emma's Spare Room Machine Shop for suggesting the idea of getting a few people to make one of these, and to Stefan Gottswinder for making the plans available too for making the tool. So anyway, take care, take it easy, and I think we're going to swing back onto our arbors, because we've got a lot of grinding to do on our arbors in the next episode. So, oh yeah, by the way too, I've just seen my screen clicked over 2,000 subs, so thank you all very much for subscribing. No, it's much appreciated. It keeps us ticking along, you know, keeps us motivated. So yeah, alright, take it easy. Cheers.